Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Slimming Surgeon podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Candace Kickler. Today, I have part two, a wonderful treat with Stefania Zoys of Body Krush in New York City. So, if you missed the last episode, we really dove into lymphatic drainage massages, post-op recovery after plastic surgery, how your body's lymphatic system works, and even garments. This episode, we're going to really talk to you about just some of the anti-aging, biohacking, peptide related fun things that we're interested in as people in the aesthetic industry. So, welcome back, Stefania.
Thank you.
Okay, so last episode, we really just dove into the nitty gritty of lymphatic drainage massages, but I didn't even really ask you the question how does lymphatic drainage massage contribute to anti-aging or overall longevity?
So, the more detoxified your body is, the more efficient it is. And when we are in a state of homeostasis, our body functions work at optimal levels, and cellular turnover is at a good rate. um you know Skin firmness, collagen production, all of these things are optimal. When we have a sluggish lymphatic system and we are full of toxins, and we're not working efficiently, our body's not working efficiently and at an optimal rate, everything gets slowed down. And so when you have a slower cellular turnover, your skin cells are not regenerating properly. The shedding of skin, the renewing of cells, it's like, just a backup and old things in your body. You want to renew, you want to release, you want to detoxify. So the more efficient your system is, the better. The younger you will look, the
We
healthier.
don't want to be stagnant.
And just it's affected in our hair, skin, and nails, immune function. So many things are affected. So yeah.
I totally agree. So, if someone, we like to go get massages, have professional providers, but do you recommend any massage at home or any manual drainage yourself? I know some people sell the wooden tools and it's become really popular lately. What's your take on that? And do you recommend that?
I always think that supplementing your regular routine out of the home with things like dry brushing or gua sha on your face really, really help. I personally dry brush in the shower. I do wet brush where I take my body wash or soap and I just work my whole body like I would be dry brushing, but in the shower just to save time because I don't have the time to do it before the shower, then get in the shower. So any kind of manipulation of the fascia is good because you're basically just zhuzhing around anything that's not meant to be there. And then hydrating. We didn't talk about hydration in the last segment, which was a topic I really wanted to speak about because a lot of people do not hydrate properly. And if you could be doing a million lymphatic massages a year, but if you don't hydrate properly, those toxins that are being manipulated and directed towards the way of excretion are not really leaving your body if you're not hydrated and you're not excreting them out. So hydration is key. And most
What
people
do you recommend? Listen, I'll be so honest, I'm the world's worst. I'll have days where I'm so good. I'll drink 60 ounces. I'm feeling fluid. And then the next day I drink 6 ounces.
Yeah. So common, a basic number that I throw out to people, whatever your body weight is in pounds, you're going to divide that by 2, and that's how many ounces you're going to drink. So if you're 150 pounds, your goal should be 75 ounces of water. That's given you're not working out strenuously and sweating a lot or live in a hot climate. But if you are doing crazy workout or any work, and that doesn't have to be crazy workouts, but any workouts where you're sweating, you live in a hot climate, you're sweating a lot, add another 24 ounces to that. And that's like a baseline of hydration. Given you don't have renal failure or any kind
Right,
of,
right. Heart failure. This
like
is not medical advice, people.
not enough because I don't, bad things can happen that way. But no, healthy people,
Totally.
this is a baseline for healthy functioning people.
Okay. And I saw I was, browsing your Instagram. Do you recommend anything with your water? if you're detoxing, lemon, like electrolytes, like what are your thoughts about supplementing with your water?
I don't like the artificial electrolytes. I use ginger, lemon, which are not really electrolytes, but they're detoxifiers. So I always
Yeah.
use lemon in my water, ginger if you have or can. I use chlorophyll actually, which a lot of people think is so gross. It's flavorless. It's just a color. But
Hmm.
chlorophyll is really great for detoxifying our body and actually helping us absorb vitamins. So chlorophyll you can get in droplets and you just put it in your water and drink it. Again, it's flavorless. I just think like psychologically people see this like green muddy water and they don't want to drink it, but it doesn't taste like anything. So chlorophyll is great. Um, and yeah, like electrolytes, if you're eating balanced, if you're eating vegetables and fruits and healthy proteins and healthy carbohydrates, healthy fats, you shouldn't really have to replenish with artificial electrolytes. If you really want to up the electrolytes, I almost like I promote coconut water better
Hmm.
than any of those packets. I think the packets, they're all
Well,
artificial.
there are a lot of chemicals, like
Exactly.
my husband picked up some recently because we, like went to a wedding and we were expecting to be dehydrated and hungover the next day because life happens.
Yeah.
And he was like at the store and I'm like, read me the ingredients, like what's on the back, what's in the package. And it's like chemical A, chemical B, synthetic fragrance, not fragrance, but synthetic flavoring this. And I'm like, is this really better for us than just drinking water? No, it's not.
No, it's just, yeah. But like even coconut water, if you get like the coconut water with no sugar added,
Yeah,
unfiltered, like Harmless Harvest is my favorite. It's unfiltered. It's like a pinky brown coconut water. It's great. It really replenishes. So that's important. Hydration, super important.
I love that. Are there other things that you recommend to like quote unquote detox?
So, I mean, in general, we want to reduce overall inflammation in the body. So, it's hard to do all of these things that I'm going to mention right now in combination together, but, gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, alcohol-free, those are top inflammatory things in our lives. So, just reducing those and incorporating anti-inflammatory is great. Just sugars, dairy, we really don't need that in our body. And even gluten, even if you don't have a gluten sensitivity, it's just very, very inflammatory to our digestive system. And if our digestive system is inflamed, we're not absorbing the proper vitamins and minerals and things that our body needs to function properly. So, just reducing overall inflammation.
I totally agree. I think like, we hear about so many people today in today's society are like deficient in this, my vitamin B12, my vitamin D, like all of these things are low. And they're like, but I eat healthy, I eat a balanced diet. And it's like, okay, you may think that, and you probably do to some degree, but you're also combining those foods with inflammatory chemicals or seed
Yeah.
oils or, you know, you're sitting on a screen for 7 hours, you're sedentary, like, there are so many things. Nothing is a one pill fix,
No.
and nothing is like a one thing is gonna kill you type of thing. But I think it's just, like, being more mindful about everything you do and trying to do better little by little.
It's amazing too, getting a little off topic for a second, but it's amazing how so many health foods are actually labeled as like, oh, so good for you, and they're not.
Oh,
And
yeah, like, all of them.
we had like a weekend where we went to Whole Foods and there's this app called Bobby Approved, and we were just scanning everything. And I'm like, everything we get is not approved. Like even these like granola
Yeah,
bars that are like organic, like perfect on the label, but they're not.
yeah.
Thing is approved.
No,
So
I know, I've used that app before, it was terrifying. I was like, "Great.
yeah.
Everything I eat." No.
Yeah. No, it's crazy, but, so we just like, what we put in our bodies, even if we think it's healthy, like, a lot of it is not. So just creating this homeostasis, I keep using that word, but, like, homeostasis is really, like, keeping everything good, keeping everything level and good and calm is what we need to do. And the minute we have chaos in our system, everything gets affected. And this is where we have cancers happen. We have inflammatory disorder. We have rheumatoid arthritis. We have, psoriatic arthritis. All these things are inflammatory disorders. So stems from a lot of it can be prevented through nutrition.
Totally, totally. Nutrition and then movement.
Hmm.
regular exercise, sunlight, things like that, that we've gotten so far from in today's like techie age. If we just get back to the basics, like eat real food, move your body, get sleep, I think that's something that none of us get quite enough of anymore. Um, these things really make a huge difference. And if you take a diary of your day, a diary of your week, and write down really how long you're on your screens, really how long you're sitting down, like all these things, and then list what you're eating, honestly, there's so many places we could find room for improvement.
Yes, 1000%.
And it's
Um,
not about like being perfect all the time because we're not going to be. But, if you are trying to make changes or, going back to last episode, if you've invested a lot of money to do this transformation for yourself to get your confidence back or whatever your motivating factor may be, you don't want to just do one thing. You want to kind of incorporate healthy habits circumferentially so that you have an overall greater result.
it has to be a lifestyle change. Anything that you do should be lifestyle. It shouldn't be part of just one category of your life. It should be lifestyle.
Totally. And that kind of brings me to um, peptides. So I know that you have been really kind of researching and getting into peptides and kind of like learning about that. For me, some of the peptides, for example, are abused. They are taken to lose weight, but no lifestyle changes are happening. I think they're amazing products and are very beneficial for a lot of people. But you have to do lifestyle changes as well.
Of course. So, the most common peptides out there right now are the GLP-1s and, for weight loss. I think they're an amazing thing for people that really need it. There's a lot of people with insulin resistance, years of inability to lose weight, and it really just kickstart a weight loss journey. But that being said, the whole lifestyle change, is necessary for, continuity of success in those, if you're using those things. But there are other peptides out there for anti-aging.
Yes. And that's what I want you to talk about because it's like, okay, we think peptides, we think GLP-1s, we think semaglutide, tirzepatide, whatever.
Yeah,
But there are other things, there's the BPC 157, there's other beneficial peptides that can be dosed and given to you to help with your longevity, anti-aging, etc.
exactly. So growth hormone peptides, the GHRDs, they basically help with they coincide, I think, with the GLP-1s in a way. They're helping us metabolize things properly, helping regulate insulin levels, just helping support metabolic function. Copper peptides, which are for cellular turnover. You find a lot of skincare has copper peptides for like topical application, but there are copper peptides that are injectables that are very, very, a lot for hair restoration. There's a lot of people that inject copper peptides into the scalp for hair restoration, into the skin. Samorelin, which is also like it's a growth hormone supporting peptide, helps with weight loss, helps with insulin, helps with lots of different things. I think the common denominator with all of these, it just helps with cellular turnover and efficiency. So with these, utilizing these in your health and wellness journey, you're going to have better skin, firmer skin. Fine lines and wrinkles are going to be, not as visible. Hair is going to be growing, if you have an issue with hair growth, weight loss, in general, metabolic function is improved. You're functioning at a more optimal level. So, but again, these things have to be done doctor guided,
Mhm.
not off of, Google where you
Amazon.
yeah, I don't even know where people are getting these things. And blood work has to be done. We offer the GLP-1s in my spa, and I have a doctor, my medical director, that we take extensive lab work. We make sure that you're a candidate. But these other peptides that I mentioned, I'm really interested in diving into this world. I don't do anything and I don't incorporate it into my practice until I've tried it and I know, side effects, risks, what I feel,
Yeah.
and then I could attest to like this is going to be good for you because I felt it, or like so I'm still working on that and testing things out, but I think this is kind of the new avenue. And aside from like injectables and lasers, this is another category of anti-aging that is really under underdeveloped and underrepresented. And I see a big future for this kind of stuff.
I totally agree. This regenerative medicine, like it's where the future of the aesthetic space is really going.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes, and in the world of beauty and aesthetics, how it changes things.
Super exciting. So, one other question, like in your practice, do you guys have red light therapy? Do you have any other like devices? Do you
Yeah.
recommend saunaing? Like, what are some of the other like physical things that people can do for anti-aging and kind of detox?
So I have a room that's a red light room that has a red light bed and panels on the walls and a red light face mask. So we offer red light for just anybody. And then I also do lymphatic massage in the red light room. So you can do
Cool.
actual session in the red light room while you're laying on the red light bed. And it's really amazing. And red light's great for anti-aging, for metabolic support, so many things. But we offer red light. I offer microneedling with radio frequency. I have the Pixel 8, which is, a lot of people, when you say RF microneedling, everyone thinks Morpheus, but there's
Yeah,
many different brands that have the same kind of technology.
totally.
So we do that. I offer laser hair removal. I have a diode laser, so it's good for all skin types. And then I do a lot of advanced level facials. We do a lot of peels. I do aqua gold. We do the V peel. I do a lot of exosomes after, following the microneedling. And I'm really good at scar
Uh-huh.
because I work, most of my clients are post-op. So
Yeah.
I microneedle a lot of scars. We apply exosomes. I do PRP to microneedling. So a lot of like little things to add and amplify treatments that we offer.
I love that, but you have to have a full toolbox to really tackle whatever's going on with someone. Like you can't be just a one, device or one service type of place anymore because people are knowledgeable and people want what they want and they want to get better.
And the thing I have to say too, I don't, I'm not a know-it-all at everything. So like I do refer out. I have lots of different
Okay.
doctors in the city that are amazing at laser. And if I can't treat a client or if I feel it's too advanced for me, I refer out. Like we're not all good at everything. And it's good to have a network of people that you can go to and trust to work with the common client. So we do a lot of that too. And I get a lot of clients from others that, same thing. Like I'm an expert at what I do. And so we share clients. It's good.
I love that. I think that's so important to have good colleagues and good people you work with, especially to bounce ideas off each other. Like that's for me key because, we're young. We haven't seen everything.
Sure.
And we're humble enough to know better, that we don't know everything. So that's super important in a provider, I think.
Exactly.
Okay, well, we don't have much more time for this episode, but I just wanted to see if you had any other thoughts, ideas, or things that you are finding interesting in the like anti-aging or in the detox space that you wanted to share with our listeners.
I mean, I know this is kind of common among injectors and just in general in aesthetics, but I feel people are steering more away from injectables and like topicals to more inside out. So like just the lymphatic massage, the peptides, just even like cleanses, dietary cleanses, it's all the trend is more towards holistic. So I see a lot more of that in the future. And I see I just see a lot more of that in the future.
I love that. I mean, I'm honestly like so inspired to go get a massage right now. Like,
New York, I'll take you any minute.
right? I'm like, I need to get this stagnant fluid off my body. I
Oh
was
my,
in surgery for like 4 hours today, so I like definitely need it. But
yeah.
thank you so much for sharing your expertise for like deep diving every topic with us. I love that we were able to have such a broad conversation about aesthetics, aging, detoxing, like everything that's really crucial to our everyday functioning body. So thank you, Stefania.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored to be part of this. Thank you.
Of course. So, guys, please make sure you follow Stefania. Her Instagram is at Body Krush, BODY.KRUSH. Is there anywhere else you want people to follow you or find you?
I have for the compression, it's Krush shapewear. Krush.
Amazing. Amazing. So yes, I will be looking into that too because I'm always on the hunt for better shapewear. All right. Thanks, Stefania. And thank you, listeners. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. And if you haven't already left me a review, 5 stars only. And we will catch you next time on the Slimming Surgeon podcast. Thanks, guys. And thanks, Stefania.
You. Bye.